Entering the gates of Waterdeep, the height of those towering walls shelter you from the relentless beat of the summer sun. You have done your research on the city, know all the best places to go and to avoid, what wondrous sights to see, and even a little of its history. The city of Splendors is ripe for the taking, your taking. But you know you won't rise to greatness without a few friends along the way. Think carefully about what alliances you choose to make, for in Waterdeep, reputation is everything. Those held in the highest regard are of course the Lords of Waterdeep, the masked council of the rich and powerful who make the most important decisions within the city, all through their mouthpiece, the Open Lord. It is the Lords who control all official law enforcement in the city, from the City Watch to the City Guard, and most famously, the Griffin Cavalry, who can be called with green flaming blades from their perch atop Mount Waterdeep at a moment's notice. But do not get ahead of yourself. Only the elite who have riches and influence could ever dream of becoming a masked lord. First, consider capturing the attention of the Lord's Alliance, a network of powerful merchants who hire adventurers for all manner of tasks, ranging from information gathering to raiding and stomping out the forces of evil. If you're lucky, your fame and renown could get you many powerful friends, or perhaps even a spot on the Alliance itself. From there, you can surely only climb higher. If, however, power for the sake of power does not appeal to you, but you desire to protect the realm in some manner, there are powerful factions always recruiting for those wishing to find a purpose. Are you in tune with the natural world? Strangely gifted? Where you shed your humanoid form and take on beastly shape? Perhaps you whisper within the forest and find the forest whispers back. It tells you of life and death and the delicate balance that must always be preserved and never perverted. If you feel this call, look to the Emerald Enclave, who dedicate themselves to both protecting the natural order as well as facilitating the intricate and often tumultuous harmony between civilization and the wilderness. Perhaps instead it is justice that calls to you, to seek out and smite evil at the root before its corruption can spread strife and misery to the good people of Waterdeep and beyond. A holy calling, where the blessing of your divine God allows you to deliver swift retribution to those with the blackest of hearts. Beside your fellow brothers and sisters, if you look for such a close-knit and like-minded family, the Order of the Gauntlet would surely welcome you. If such zealotry frightens you, or you feel that justice should always be fair, speak in whispers of the Harpers, individual but never alone. This secretive order works under the cover of the shadows to root out villainy from the inside, manipulating powers too great and corruptible to their downfall, and always for the greater good. Independence and creative problem-solving are prized traits within this organization, along with an iron will and a readiness to help those in need. Not everyone enjoys working so secretively, however. Maybe you were just wanting a challenge to take on monsters too great for the Watch and Guard to handle without severe losses. A desire to prove yourself the best and save as many lives as possible, along with powerful combat capabilities, would go a long way in Force Grey and get you access to some of the most prized magical items within the city, on loan by the Blackstaff, of course. However, some of you will have darker hearts, unmoved by trivialities like justice, equality, and preservation. To those who wish not to be tied down by tricky things like the law, there are always opportunities lurking in the shadows. You could find yourself caught in a ferocious gang war between the Gentarium and Xanathar Guild, two powerful dark factions vying for control over the underworld of Faerun. There are always pockets to be picked, people to be hushed, and most importantly, money to be made. Just choose your side carefully, for the tide of power is easily turned. Of course, you could find great pleasure in meddling in both, gathering and selling information on both sides for the highest price. If dealing in treasures both secretive and magical appeal to you, and you are of the right ilk, Jarl Axel will likely have a spot for you in Bregan Diarth. And finally, to those still good of heart listening, if the idea of such depraved dealings alight a fire in your blood, seek out the Red Sashes, who deliver vigilante justice when other means of law enforcement fail. Answer to the mysterious call of the One, and help protect your city from the scum that inevitably lurks within it. Of course, these are not all of the powers and factions that make up Waterdeep, and with some exploring, anyone and everyone will find a place to call home. It is up to you to find it. Thank you for watching this video on the Lore of Waterdeep factions. Hopefully you found one of them that appeals to you, and perhaps in your own game, you'll seek one of them out. Aside from this, if you enjoyed this video, we explore other parts of D&D lore along with doing GM tips, reviews, and much more here, and soon we'll be exploring other universes, such as from books, video games, and even TV series, as we feel it's good to expand on those things. But don't worry, we're still going to be exploring D&D lore, of course. Still, if you like this, like, subscribe, and let us know what you thought about it in the comments below. Maybe even let us know what faction you prefer or you join with your current character in whatever game setting you're using. I'm interested to see what people would choose. Aside from that, you can also find us on Patreon and Twitter, where you can support us some more, or of course follow us for more updates. Until next time, thank you very much, and we'll see you in the streets of Waterdeep.